Now it goes, the hearing's over, and it goes to discussion with the county commissioners. And the question is, find it on here. Did the planning commission abuse their discretion? That is the question that we have to answer. So,
No, I think I'm wrong, but I think the question is whether or not we have justification to reverse the planning commission's decision to grant the 5-year extension.
and that would be part of us thinking that they use their discretion, and we got the option of the right now. So, do you want to start with your ideas?
Yeah. I think Mr. Dolan said it very well. It's not complicated. We're not hearing the whole thing. We're hearing whether or not there's rationale to overturn the planning commission's decision to grant 5 additional years to General Landfill to operate the landfill in Desert Valley. General Landfill received a conditional use permit on the 12th day of April 2007. NDEP received their application for an air quality permit on February 4th of 2009. That's 22 months. To me, that is not proceeding in good faith. That is taking the whole thing for granted. That is certainly procrastination. The game is over. They did not accomplish the conditions of the conditional use permit. When you play a football game, when the game is over, the gun goes off, you miss the field goal, you don't get another chance to come back when the wind changes. They blame, they meaning General Land Ecology and their representatives, they blame this community for the fact that they didn't have enough time. They did have enough time. They blame this community, and specifically 3 housewives, for causing that trouble. Well, I'm here to tell you, Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, that if we can expect that same level of procrastination, in my words, in my view, incompetence, for the next 100 years, we got one hell of a lot of problem here. And we should take this right now and overturn the Planning Commission and let them start over if they want to. But the game is over. The gun went off. They're done. They did not comply with the conditions of the conditional use permit period.
I think the timeline, yes, I did ask you for some study prior to 2007. I think it takes a long time to get these permits started, these permits issued. I don't think it was due to the public or the commission. I have a problem with property rights. I'm sure they have something tied up. So they should have some sort of rights to be able to develop their ground. I feel we send it back to the RPC to do it over. It's just going to be appealed and appealed and appealed, and this thing will never end. I would like to see it go to a judicial court and have a judge decide and finish what's going on. That's what I'd like to see done.
Mike?
Yeah, at least in part, would concur with Commissioner Fransway. I do believe that between the 2007 and 2009, the 22 months, certainly as a time period, I think that we could have utilized a little bit better than that. And I don't think that, I don't know that sending it back to the RTC is the thing to do. I think that we should just overturn it.
Anything else? Yeah?
Well, I guess I kind of jumped the gun. That's what I stated earlier before my questions. I think I said everything Tom did, only in a much shorter version. I think that we do have the power to overturn the decision of the RBC.
And one thing that stood out for me with one of the few, and we had this issue earlier today, that we allowed so much time, and then the project was being completed. Okay, they were allowed 3 years, no secret, up front, 3 years to get started. If you go back to what Tom says, they did not make that move in a 3-year period. So I have to agree with that part too. If you look at the timelines, it should have been quicker. And knowing that you had 3 years to do it, one thing that I noticed was brought up on Senator Reed's being a delay. Senator Reed has nothing to do with the county government. That's just his opinion and what he thought. And that would apply to any state legislature or the government. This is a county issue. I would consider that as a delay, in my mind. Going back to you, Tom, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Does anybody have an idea in their mind of a motion, or do we need more discussion on this?
Here you don't make a motion. You would take a vote whether
Mr. DA, could you turn on your microphone, please?
In this one, you don't make a motion. You pose the question on one side or the other, and then there's a vote that's taken on that. And the standard in this one is unanimous. And so you could ask the question in a couple different ways. You could go with because I heard two things. So these are just suggestions, but you could ask the question if you guys overturn the whole thing right now, you don't send it back down, but they abuse their discretion and you overturn the whole thing, ask for a vote. If not, if you don't have unanimous, you could ask for a vote on the question of that they abuse their discretion, but it needs to be sent back to the RPC. And if those two aren't unanimous, then the ruling stands.